Floating in the blue Caribbean Sea, Cuba is a place where time moves at its own speed. Come with me as we discover Cuba's bright colors, rich past, and amazing natural beauty. It's like a living museum where old and new exist side by side. Among the many islands scattered across the sparkling Caribbean, Cuba stands out not just for its vibrant culture or storied past, but because of its sheer size and presence. It's the largest island in the Caribbean, a true giant among its neighbors, and its vastness is immediately apparent from the air or on a map. Cuba's elongated shape stretches across the sea like a bridge between worlds, connecting the Gulf of Mexico to the Atlantic Ocean, and its shores have witnessed centuries of history, adventure, and change. In fact, Cuba stretches over 1,000 kilometers from east to west, making it not only the largest island in the region, but also larger than all its Caribbean neighbors combined. This immense size gives Cuba a unique character, setting it apart as the grand stage upon which so many stories have unfolded. Its length means that traveling from one end to the other is a journey through a world of contrasts and surprises. Because of its size, Cuba is a land of incredible diversity. Within a single day's drive, you can pass through misty mountain ranges like the Sierra Maestra, where clouds cling to the peaks, then descend into lush green valleys such as Vinales, famous for their dramatic limestone formations. You'll find dense rainforests teeming with life, as well as sun-baked plains and arid stretches that feel worlds apart. This variety in landscapes means that every region of Cuba has its own unique climate, wildlife, and way of life, making the island a patchwork of different worlds waiting to be explored. Cuba's impressive size has also played a crucial role in shaping its history. Its strategic location made it both a gateway into the Americas and a formidable stronghold, coveted by empires and defended by massive fortresses that still stand today. Over the centuries, Cuba became a crossroads for explorers, traders, and revolutionaries, a place where powerful nations vied for control and where freedom fighters found shelter and inspiration. The island's vastness offered both opportunity and protection, influencing the course of its destiny in profound ways. For travelers, Cuba's grand scale means there's always something new to discover. From hidden, untouched beaches, where the only footprints are your own, to remote valleys that feel like secret worlds, to small towns where traditions are kept alive in music, food, and daily life, Cuba invites exploration. Every journey across the island reveals a new facet of its character, promising endless adventure and the chance to experience the Caribbean's grandest stage in all its glory. In Havana, the streets are full of classic American cars from the 1950s. These vibrant vehicles, with their gleaming chrome and bold colors, are not just relics of a bygone era. They are living, breathing pieces of history that cruise through the city every day. As you walk along the Malecón or through the heart of Havana, it feels as if you've stepped onto a movie set, where time has paused and the golden age of automobiles still reigns. These cars are moving proof of Cuba's cleverness and resilience. Decades of embargoes and shortages have made it nearly impossible to import new vehicles or even spare parts. Yet these classic cars continue to roll on, thanks to the ingenuity of their owners. Owners and mechanics have become experts at improvisation, trading parts, and inventing creative solutions to keep these beauties on the road. Every car tells a story of adaptation and resourcefulness, with engines rebuilt from scratch and interiors lovingly restored by hand. These colorful cars, lovingly taken care of and fixed, are more than just transportation. They show how strong and creative people are. Each vehicle is a testament to the passion and pride of its owner, who often spends countless hours polishing chrome, sewing upholstery, and tuning engines to perfection. Cuban mechanics, or magicians as they are called, keep them running with homemade parts and endless smart solutions. In small garages tucked away on side streets, these skilled artisans fabricate parts from scratch, using whatever materials they can find, sometimes even repurposing household items or old machinery. The knowledge and skills are often passed down from generation to generation, turning car repair into a family tradition and a source of community pride. To ride in one is like stepping back in time, feeling the city's energy through old leather seats and humming engines. The experience is more than just a ride. It's a journey through history, culture, and the enduring spirit of Havana. These cars are Cuba's proud, colorful way of saying that life goes on and thrives, no matter the difficulties. They are rolling museums, symbols of hope and perseverance, and a reminder that even in the face of adversity, beauty and creativity can flourish on the streets of Havana. Cuban cigars are more than just fancy items. They are a living testament to the island's soul, a symbol of pride and craftsmanship that has been nurtured for centuries. To hold a Cuban cigar is to hold a piece of history, a story rolled tightly in tobacco leaves, waiting to be discovered with every puff. These cigars are a living art, born from the island's rich red dirt, where the unique climate and fertile soil of regions like Vinales Valley give the tobacco its unmistakable character. The earth here is more than just a foundation. It's the very essence of what makes Cuban cigars legendary. From a tiny, delicate seed planted with care, to the swirling smoke that dances in the air, each cigar's journey is a marvel. Every step, from nurturing the seedlings to harvesting the mature leaves, is done by hand, with patience and devotion. The vegueros, Cuba's dedicated tobacco farmers, spend months tending to the plants, reading the weather, and listening to the land. Their knowledge is inherited, passed down through generations, and their hands shape the very foundation of every cigar. Once the leaves are ready, they are handed to the expert torcedores, the master cigar rollers. With nimble fingers and years of experience, these artisans transform the leaves into cigars, rolling each one with precision and pride. Their skills are a family legacy, a tradition that connects the past to the present. The process is slow and careful, involving drying, fermenting, and sorting the leaves by hand. Every stage is crucial, demanding patience and respect for the craft, ensuring that only the finest tobacco becomes part of a Cuban cigar. Through this dedication, simple green leaves are transformed into a world-famous symbol of Cuban culture, a product that carries the spirit of the island to every corner of the globe. Each cigar is more than just tobacco. It is a piece of the earth, a fragment of history, and a celebration of tradition, meant to be savored, shared, and remembered by all who experience it. Cuba's history is carved into its cities and landscapes, with 9 UNESCO World Heritage Sites keeping its story safe. From old Havana's fancy churches and forts to Trinidad's colorful streets and the quiet ruins of old sugar mills, each place is a doorway to the past. These places are living memories, showing good times, sad times, and the mix of cultures that made a nation. Spanish is Cuba's heart, shaped by hundreds of years of history and mixed cultures. Cuban Spanish is fast, musical, and full of African and Caribbean influences. It's a language that sings in the streets and brings people together. Even a simple hello, hola, opens doors, connecting visitors to the true spirit of the island. Deep in Cuba's forest lives the world's smallest bird, the bee hummingbird, or zunzuncito. Weighing less than a penny, it flies among flowers, a living jewel, and a very important pollinator found nowhere else on Earth. Its busy energy and delicate beauty show Cuba's special variety of plants and animals. Protecting this tiny wonder means keeping the island's delicate natural places safe for future generations. Cuba's heartbeat is its music, especially salsa, which came from Spanish songs and African rhythms. Salsa is more than just fun. It's a way to show joy, strength, and connection, heard in every city and danced by people of all ages. The music's exciting energy is a celebration of life, both planned and made up on the spot. To experience salsa in Cuba is to feel the island's true spirit. Ernest Hemingway found ideas and a home in Cuba, writing some of his best books here. His home, Finca Vigia, is still kept as it was, a look into his creative world. Hemingway's favorite spots in Havana and the fishing village of Cojimar are now famous, showing his love for the island and its people. Cuba has taken Hemingway as one of its own, his spirit woven into its story. For years, Cuba used 2 types of money, cup for locals, CUC for tourists, showing its special economic situation. This created a separate economy, dividing daily life and chances. Even though the system is changing, its effects remain, a reminder of Cuba's complicated history and strength. Despite challenges, Cuba's focus on education stands out, having one of the highest rates of people who can read and write in the world. The 1961 literacy campaign brought together thousands of people, getting rid of illiteracy in just 1 year. Today, education is still free and for everyone, encouraging a love for learning and curiosity. It's a strong example of the nation's belief in making people powerful through knowledge. Cuba's classic cars are more than just old favorites. They are moving symbols of survival and cleverness. Cut off from new parts, Cubans became experts at making do, keeping these cars running with creativity and determination. The art of resolver, finding solutions against the odds, defines Cuban life. Each car tells a story of strength, patched together but always moving forward. Cuba's coast is a beautiful place with white sands and blue waters, and Varadero is its most famous spot. Beyond the well-known beaches, quiet cayos, small islands, and wild shores offer peace and untouched beauty. These beaches are important natural places, with coral reefs and mangrove trees full of life. To stand on a Cuban shore is to feel the island's calm, untouched magic. The Bay of Pigs, now peaceful, was once the scene of a big fight during the Cold War. In 1961, a failed invasion supported by the US strengthened Cuba's revolutionary spirit and changed its relationship with the world. For Cubans, it's remembered as a brave defense of their independence. The Bay remains a symbol of conflict, strength, and national pride. Cuban food is a delicious mix: Spanish roots, African influences, and Caribbean flavors. Common dishes like lechon asado, roasted pork, moros y cristianos, rice and beans, and the famous Cuban sandwich tell the island's story of many cultures. Meals are hearty, comforting, and full of history. To eat in Cuba is to taste its past and present in every bite. In Cuba, internet access is rare and public, found in city parks and squares. Getting online is a planned action: buying a card, finding a Wi-Fi spot, making every minute count. Limited internet encourages stronger real-life connections and a break from too much screen time. For visitors, it's a chance to truly connect with Cuba's lively life. Our trip through Cuba shows a land of differences, strength, and unforgettable stories. Thank you for exploring this amazing island. May its spirit inspire your own adventures. Until next time, travel well and never lose your sense of wonder.